Hey YouTube, Ricoknows here, going to continue my series of pointing out one hidden gem on every single team in America. Okay, so if you want to see all the other hidden gems, go to the homepage, check the playlist. You will find it, Ricoknows Hidden Gems 2024 College Football. I'm pointing out one guy that most people don't know about. Now, in this particular video, I'm going to talk about Air Force. I got a picture down here. You see it. It's Jack Curtis. But let me explain how we got here. So when I look at Air Force, and I've been evaluating every single team in America, offense and defense, if you didn't know, I do this for the gambling. Shout out to the MVPs. I do this for the guys on the Patreon and the YouTube. If you become a premium member, you will see all of my picks, my parlays, my props, all that stuff. But I have to know every team in America, every player in America, if I want to be accurate with my gambling. So I go study position groups. And when I study a team like Air Force, they're returning nothing. Zero production all the way across the board. Offense, defense, all their players are gone. And if you know anything about the service academies, they have no way of using the transfer portal. Remember, Service Academy's purpose is to create officers in the military. Me being a 21-year military veteran, I am a retired first sergeant from the Army. I can tell you guys right now, I have a great appreciation for these Service Academies, but I also know the purpose behind them is to produce officers, not win football games, per se. Okay? So no one cares that they have no returning production. They're not too worried about it. It's life. It is what it is. I want to tell you guys that there's a little scary thing going on over here. I'm looking at my notes. What I wrote down for Air Force is there's something called turnback. I don't know if you guys know what turnback is. Turnback is not redshirting. Turnback is, there's a rule, right? Congress is out there budgeting these things. You got to create officers for the military. You don't get to sit around in college. They have a prep school. Notice, none of these guys say red shirt on them. You don't get to sit around, but you can go to a prep school first, and then you get to enroll in the academy. Then you get to go play. But if an injury occurs or something goes wrong, there's a turnback. You can leave school for a semester. It doesn't count against you for your eligibility, and then you come back. It's a little trick of the trade, and they had a guy do a turnback here. Peyton Zadork here, this guy, number 96 when you watch tape. So he's actually really good, and he's coming back for another season. He's a hidden gem, if you will, but I couldn't go there because people know about Peyton, right? But if you go find film of him, here he is on high school. Now, this is a drill, and we know you should not be bull rushing on these drills. I know this. When you go to camps, they tell the defenders, make a move, make another move. They'll pretend they're doing one move, but I don't care. Watch this young man's effort in this drill. Watch this man. Just pancaking a dude in front of everybody, okay? And that was back in high school. And now Peyton's been at Air Force for 4 years, lifting weights and eating, right? Doing amazing things. But he's not my hidden gem because he's a known commodity. So my hidden gem is typically somebody who's either a transfer to the school on most rosters, transfer to the school, first-time starter, somebody you've never seen. I like to do FCS transfers to the FBS level, things of that nature. But in this regard, I have to pick a player, and I decided to go with Jack Curtis. If you know who Jack Curtis is, this shouldn't come as a surprise to you. I think he's one of the best football players on the Air Force roster. Okay? Jack Curtis, I'm going to do a little story time for you, and it's going to confuse you. But I'm going to do a story time, and the story time is going to be about a guy named Donny Anderson. Let's go back to 1965. Actually, 1963, to be exact. The Green Bay Packers had an all-time great in Paul Hornung, this amazing running back who was getting ready to retire, coming towards the end of his career, and in 65, he retires. So the Packers need to replace him. And the Packers go and draft Donny Anderson, a Texas Tech monster of a running back. Donny Anderson was 6'2", 210 pounds back in the 60s, okay? That is a daunting size running back. I want you to think of Toby Gerhart. I want you to think of a monster running back. And he's going to the Packers. Vince Lombardi. And when you see Bart Starr winning those first 2 Super Bowls, the running back is Donny Anderson. Okay? He's in the Texas Sports Hall of Fame. That's what this picture's from right here. And he's been in the damn Hall of Fame since '84. Donny Anderson was a phenomenal player, and people just forget about it. You can see his stats down here. 55 touchdowns in his NFL career. That's not a game, bro. That's not by accident. That's a hell of a career. 4,600 yards. He was a runner. They call him a runner, not a running back. He was a runner, a receiver, a punter. This dude was everything. And the reason I'm talking about Donny Anderson is because Jack Curtis, the guy in the picture below, this is his grandson. That's right. This is his 6'5" grandson, Jack Curtis. So your grandfather, and this is nowhere in these notes. This is nowhere on the school website. Jack Curtis is the grandson of an amazing football player. This would be like Christian McCaffrey's grandson enrolling at a service academy one day. Seriously, this is what it'd be like if he won 2 Super Bowls, Christian McCaffrey. That's the type of pedigree that Jack Curtis comes from. Now, you see it here. He played at Highland Park, one of the best high schools in Texas. And he's down here. He's a very gifted defensive end, an edge, a rusher. He just sheds blocks. He's not playing scrubs, playing at the highest level in Texas, and he looks the part. Turned down multiple FBS offers to get to Air Force, and now here he is. And then Air Force, very senior-laden team. Seniority matters. So you get there as a true freshman, you get there as a young man, you're not going to start right away. You're running into other physically developed grown men in front of you on the depth chart. But now it's his turn. Now it's his time. Jack Curtis, somebody who's never really started, somebody that nobody's talking about. But I'm telling you, he has the pedigree to be great, the drive, the speed, the get off, the first step, uses active hands. And can you imagine, he's been in college for 3 years now. He's doing the damn thing. This tape is from 2021. We're in 24, bro. 3 years of lifting weights, getting bigger, stronger, faster, working on your technique. I think he's ready. This will be one of the best defensive ends in the Mountain West, and I get it, man. When people go out there and make predictions on Air Force, there's no returning production. They rank 134th out of 134 teams. They got nothing coming back. But when you got guys like this who belong probably at Arizona, probably at Baylor, right? He belonged at an FBS level program, turn them all down, and there he is at Air Force doing the damn thing. I'm so excited for Jack Curtis. This is my hidden gem for Air Force. If you want to learn about a hidden gem on every single team, all you got to do, go to the playlist on Ricoknows homepage, go find the hidden gems playlist, and watch the hell out of it. Please, you'll learn about players nobody else is talking about. But Jack Curtis, let me see 8 sacks this year from Jack Curtis. I think he's an amazing player. When I was watching tape on this team, remember, I got to go do my research. I start digging around, and I go, hold up. Air Force got one. I believe in Jack Curtis. Your friends don't know, but Rico knows. Peace, y'all.